And it says we are live. Of course, it's Thursday night, baby. And you know what that means? It's time for GotBot Goes live. Of course, before we get into anything, I'm just going to take a moment and I'm going to set things up here a little bit. Bear with me here. For those of you who come from Canada, I want to wish a belated Victoria Day weekend. That was last weekend, my birthday weekend. And for those of you who are joining us tonight from the US of A, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this weekend coming up is your Memorial Day weekend. It's the kickoff to the summer, baby, for everybody. Jay, happy to see you here as always. I'm just going to say bear with me as we kind of get set up here. That's not what I intended to do. That is not what I intended to do at all. Let's see here. Okay, I think we are getting there now. Hey, Ben, happy to see you as well, buddy. For those of you just coming in, guys, bear with me a little bit here because I'm just trying to kind of get things settled away here. And tonight it does not seem to want to cooperate with me at all. So, you know, what do you want, right? Okay. Bane. Oh, Bane. Happy to see you. Cool name, man. Tommy, happy to see you. Okay, we're going to kick things off. Of course, I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe while you're at it, baby. That's right. Hit that notification bell. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Helps me out a ton. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, and the Autobot family. And hey, while you're at it now, why not take a look at our Patreon as well as our new line on Teespring? That's right. We're going to talk about a couple of channel updates in a little bit, but we got a bunch of news, a couple of updates. We even got a little bit of an unboxing or unenveloping, if you will, of something that arrived today that I'm actually kind of excited about, as simple and small as it is. I'm just going to check in with you guys here for a moment. I do see Kato coming in here. Happy to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great one. Starscream Wife, of course, is in here. ALB, happy to see you in here. Ty, always happy when Ty's in here. Actually had a chance today, though it was slight, to work a little bit on episode 9 of Universal Collision. It's been a busy week, but I'm still plugging away at it, man. Maximal 10, happy to see you in here. Dragonfly, happy to see you in here. I'm here. The new laptop didn't say you went live. Got to hit that notification bell again, Dragonfly. I'm just saying, man. I'm going to say this too, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, Dragonfly is about to become a big help to the channel. He is going to be part of our set design team going forward. So big shout out to him as well. Of course, Ty, we all know that Ty is the voice of our Predaking. Okay, so let's kind of see what we have here on the old schedule tonight. First things first, I have to do the countdown list video. That will go up tomorrow. It is the countdown of the top 10 favorite humans. It was a weird one. Last week we done duos, and a lot of duos, man, had humans in them, which surprised me. So I thought I'd ask the question this week about who your favorite humans are. And of course, everybody knows that the number one answer really is there shouldn't be humans, it's Transformers. But what surprised me is there's a lot of humans, man. Some of them I have no idea who they are. One in particular actually got a lot of votes. Very, very popular. We're going to see what that is tomorrow. Of course, remember, this is not a list done by me. It's a list done by you guys and your votes. This is a place where I always want you to be able to have your say. And that was all across social media. So it's going to be by those votes. A few surprises, a few not surprises. Yeah. Okay. So we have all that. We also are going to give a little bit of an update, I suppose, on the progress of my Deathcobra custom, which is going super duper slow. We're going to look at a couple of updates to the channel and a whole bunch of news and notes. But before we do anything, I actually want to take a moment and I want to give a moment of silence to the great Fred Willard, who for us Transformers fans, we all know as the voice of animated Swindle, though he has had many roles, and I'm sure we know him from many things. My two favorite from him would be his role on Everybody Loves Raymond, as well as his role most recently as Phil Dunphy's father on Modern Family. So to condolences to his family, we're going to do a moment of silence. I'll check in with you guys. Then we'll move on and have some fun. Okay, so checking in here with you guys. Let's see. As we go down here, it's the new laptop. It's Windows 10. It was a tiny icon on the corner. Just mine has Windows 10. Mine's always worked fine, though. Starscream wife hates Windows 10. I hope Jazz is in the list of reveals. Jazz is not one that I know of, though I would like to see Jazz as well. Let's see, one who got a lot of votes. Spoiler. You know what? Maximal 10 just said, one who got a lot of votes, spoiler, Kicker. I'm going to tell you now, Kicker got more votes than I thought Kicker was going to get, to be honest with you. How do we find the voting GotBot? Good question. I put the voting. This is why I always tell you guys to check me out across social media, and all those links are in the description. I put the voting up on my Instagram, on Twitter, on the GotBot page on Facebook, as well as several Transformers groups, usually with a picture asking the question. I usually run the voting for 48 hours from Mondays to the end of the day on Wednesday, and then I amass the votes on Thursday and record it, and then upload it on Friday. That's what it's kind of gotten into. It may not always stay like that, but that's what it's kind of gotten into. So if you go to any of my social media and follow me, you'll find it there. If you're on any of the kind of Transformers groups, you'll certainly find them there. Good question, Ben. P-A-K, Pack. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, punk ass kid. Welcome. Always happy when you come in. We need a new Jazz. I don't need a new Jazz. I'm fine with my RTS that I got for $1, but I can see the argument for a new Jazz, especially one that is Cybertronian inspired. Diggs, happy to see you here as well. I didn't have any of those only YouTube. See, Ben, you didn't have any of those only YouTube, baby. This is why you got to follow me other places. See, I knew I was correct. Not very often I'm correct, but I knew I was correct this time. Let's kick things off. Start to have a little bit of fun here tonight with, that's right, it's trivia time. And the trivia tonight kind of ties in with the theme of humans, because we do have that countdown coming up tomorrow. And the question tonight, given to us, of course, by good friend of the channel, Dragonfly, is, in the episode Make Tracks from G1, how many tires does Raul replace when fixing tracks? How many tires does he replace? Does he replace one tire? That's A. 2, B. 3, C. Or does he replace all 4 tires on tracks? D. So one is A, or sorry, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, or D is all 4 tires. How many does Raul replace? While you guys are doing that, I'm going to get one of the things that I want to talk about here in my hand. Let's see what we got here. Coming up. Going down here. Let's see. I wanted to vote for older Spike movie version. That's fair, Ty. That's fair. You know, all votes were counted, man. All votes were counted. Hey, Blue. Happy to see you. I don't have social media at all. Ben, if you don't have any social media, that's fine. If you are ever, I tell you where you can also find the vote. On the community tab on my channel here on YouTube, I always put the vote up there. So if you're subscribed and you see the post on the community tab, you can always vote there as well, right here on YouTube. I thought a transform and roll out Agent Meister I bought a transform and roll out Agent Meister a couple of months ago, and he is a great Jazz. I absolutely agree 100%. As we were a whole bunch of A's. Bane is saying A or B. Ty saying A. Maximal 10 saying A. Hey, Brandon, happy to see you. Event Progenitor, happy to see you as always. Whole bunch of A's for everybody who said A. Are you right or are you wrong? We're going to see. Yes, I am going to talk about that a little bit. I'll touch on it a little bit later. I don't know much about it, but I will be touching on it. I might get Downbeat. Downbeat's also noted as being very, very good, and I believe Downbeat's getting a reissue, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Soulmist, before I give the answer to the question, because of Soulmist coming in here, the question is, in the episode Make Tracks, when Raul is repairing tracks, how many tires does he replace? A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, all 4? Most people have guessed A, 1. What do you say? Going down here. Grimlock Gone is here, and actually our unenveloping is courtesy of Grimlock Gone, so I'm glad that he's here. As we go down here a little bit. Let's see. Pack is saying D, all 4. Lego figures can be used as pretenders for Titan's Return Headmasters because pretenders go over the bot, so they could, I guess, Diggs. Someone is saying A, gonna guess D. MWG is guessing D. As we go down here. Mr. Fedora Film, happy to see you here. I think it's the first time you've been in here. Guys, everybody who guessed A, you are 100% absolutely wrong. It is B, 2 tires. 2 tires this time around, guys. Usually you guys are a lot smarter than this. Come on, baby. It must be because we're heading toward a long weekend for a lot of you. Okay, so going on to the next topic, the Deathcobra Custom. I have the first part in. I actually ordered ahead. I thought about working on the head. I'm using... The base is going to be a Combiner Wars Vortex, which makes a lot of sense. But instead of working with the Vortex head, though I did think about that, I actually ordered and received, I don't know if you can see it. You're not going to see much yet. It finally arrived. It's a 3D printed head. This, of course, will be painted, and it will go affixed to our Vortex. But that's where things are so far. I do not have the Vortex mold yet in hand. It's ordered, it's on the way, but I do have the head, so that's a start. It's going to be a bit of a bear to actually do the custom paint work on because there's a lot of small details, not the least of which are the fangs, but I'm very happy that this actually arrived. That worked out kind of beautifully. I'm going to get to the kind of unpackaging in a moment. We're going to do the couple of I guess actually I should probably mark some of this stuff off. Hey, should probably mark some of this off. We've done that, and we've done that, and we've done Deathcobra. I want to give an update on a couple of things here with the channel. A few of you may already know this, and you may not. We have now opened Patreon. I have a lot of tiers put in there, 6 different tiers with a lot of different like rewards and all that stuff. That is all of them still kind of, it's very fluid. It's kind of under construction. I largely did it because it was suggested to me to make sure I sort of get the name now in case something was to happen down the road. So I get it. I'm not going to belabor it by any stretch of the imagination. If you want to help the channel out, I mean, I always talk about the donation link in the description. If you want to help the channel out, you can always use the Patreon. The long story short is the kind of like higher the support, the more personal interaction there is, and kind of the more in-depth we get. But honestly, man, like what you guys do is a ton. It is so very, I'm so very thankful for it, but it is something that's there. I will mention it time, but like I said, I'm not going to belabor it because it's not my thing. We also now have our first line up on Teespring, the GotBot Unapologetic line, which is largely based on the idea of me being very unapologetic. You guys know I'm a pretty opinionated dude. Sometimes I ruffle a few feathers, and I'm unapologetic about it. Man, it's true. And sometimes the truth ain't always easy. So we have some shirts and a mug and a couple of tote bags. So by all means, hey, check out the Teespring. Again, a way to help the channel out. Anything from any source goes right back into the channel for stop motions, for content, for products, for everything that could be used here. And that's kind of about it. There's your updates. Generally, though, besides that, it's going to be business as usual going forward. In terms of pickups, another week, another lacking of anything from the War for Cybertron Netflix line. Nothing. Nada. Zip, zero, and zilch. I'm still looking for Hotlink. Hopefully arrives sometime soon. If I'm lucky, right? If I'm lucky, it'll arrive sometime soon. But man, people are like doing so much now, and getting so much that I know I'm falling behind. But that's such is life, man. Such is life. I am, however, very, very, very happy to be able to give an update on God Neptune. We all know that the box set, the repaint of Piranacon, or King Poseidon, if you will, is coming as God Neptune. And I talked about it last week and talked about how beautiful it was. Thanks to Crimson Raptors, I've been able to, and his help, I've been able to secure a pre-order. And honestly, thanks to Tony, Mike, and Matt, you guys know who you are. Thanks to your help as well. Last week, I'm able to secure the pre-order. I would not be able to do it without the help of those 4 people. It would have been impossible. That's the difference that your support of the channel can make. So thank you very, 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 very much. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Who is our Super Chat super fan? You know who it is. It's Matt. It's always Matt. I appreciate Matt. He is such a gent, absolute gent. So thankful. So we're gonna have God Neptune coming, which is kind of nice because it gives me now a version of all 9 generals for Vile and Jiger from Zone, which is kind of what I wanted. Now, the sad part is I don't have Lobclaw or Nautilator, if you will, because it's not part of that set. Maybe one day I'll manage to score the 6th and final member. The reason it's not part of that set is because he wasn't part of God Neptune. And it's weird. I was looking up the character and whatnot, and it's so strange. If you go by the North American classics fiction, it's completely different from Japan. In Japan, King Poseidon was basically a power core combiner where you had Turtler be the leader of the Seacons and the one with sentience, and all others don't have any sentience, and they're kind of done in droves. So like there's several Lobclaws. Or Lobclaws, I think. There's several Sea Wings, Krakens, I think it's called. There's several Gulfs, and they can all combine with Turtler, and when they're destroyed, another Gulf just takes its place, and they do not have sentience. They're just drones. And then when you got the Beast Wars 2, you had Half Shell lead the Seacons, and they were a bunch of pirates, and they kind of just showed up and plundered and whatnot. And Scylla, sometimes that it's weird how it's pronounced. All of that is like a completely different set. But they're like descendants from the original Seacons. It's weird. Then in North America, you had Piranacon, who was made up, of course, of the Seacons. And through the jigs and reels, as we like to say in my neck of the woods, they were basically put in a time rift and sent back in time to prehistoric Earth where they crashed. And that crash deactivated Tentakill and Nautilator. And on prehistoric Earth, they basically got in contact with Scylla, who became their 5th member and allowed them to once again form into now God Neptune. And the difference between Piranacon and God Neptune is that Piranacon was just like a vicious, unrelenting hunter, and Snaptrap had to have like a timer on for them to split apart, because otherwise Piranacon was unrelenting. God Neptune is a more strategic, thoughtful hunter, not just as violent and vicious, but not as unrelenting, more of a strategy behind it. So it's 2 very different fictions. I prefer the North American because it's technically the same characters, but to each their own. So I'm very happy to that. And thank you to, again, Matt and Tony and Michael and Crimson Raptor for all of you guys. I couldn't have done it without you, man. Could not have done it without you. Cannot wait for October to get just that. And I got that mentioned, and I got that mentioned. Okay, we have news notes. We have the unenveloping to do. I'll do the unenveloping before the news notes, but I'm going to check in with you guys first because, of course, I've just been, doing a lot of talking. I hope you guys that are heading into a long weekend, I hope you have a fantastic long weekend, by the way, man. Let's see here as we go down. Let's see. I heard from Wildfire that I won the giveaway. If I didn't even know ACP was doing a giveaway. Congratulations, Soul Mist. Hey, look at Tommy not being happy. Damn. Going down here, going down. Who is Deathcobra? Deathcobra, Ben, is a member of the Breast Force, technically a part of Leo Kaiser or Leo Kaiser. And the idea was that Leo Zach was calling in his friend Deathcobra to basically replace Hellbat. And Hellbat was like, no, I don't want to be replaced. So he kind of tried to mislead Deathcobra. Deathcobra was like, you're useless, buddy. And they had a fight, and Deathcobra got deactivated by Hellbat, who sort of managed to befuddle his way into remaining a part of Leo Kaiser. But when I done my custom Leo Kaiser a while ago, everybody asked, man, are you going to do Deathcobra? And at the time I was like, no, I'm not. But I was asked it so often that it seemed like the only right thing to do was to do Deathcobra. I don't think that Hellbat's going to be real happy with it, but it should be interesting to see how this works out in the end. So that's who Deathcobra is. I think he only appeared in one episode of Victory, Master Force, one of those. John, happy to see you. Waluigi, happy to see you. How much did you pay for the Vortex? I had an extra I could have given you. Luckily, I only paid $8 for the Vortex. So I got them on a really good deal anyway. But thank you very much, Dragonfly. Oh, yeah. Walmart is mailing out pre-order Netflix until July 20th-ish. Wow, that's really bad of Event Progenitor. But you know what? If you got the pre-order in, it is what it is. Like right now, I'm waiting on some stuff to come in the mail, and I don't expect any of it anytime soon. I really don't. Patience, man, it's the name of the game. Nathan, happy to see you in here, buddy. It's been a while, my friend. I hope that in the time that you have been home, you've been keeping up on your studies. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're being safe and healthy. Oh no, Dig's got to go because his phone is about dead, but such is life. Let's see. If I find a hot link here in Texas, I can sell to you for regular retail. I got mine already. Thank you, John. A few people say that they're keeping their eyes open to, I'm very appreciative of the community for kind of trying to look out for me a bit. And of course, if I happen to get a hot link, everybody's going to know because I'm going to put it up. Simple as that. Most Walmarts here are still. Oh wait, I missed all that, man. I gotta go back up here. Most Walmarts here are still centering their orders to the most. Yeah, you're right. To consumables and home health supplies. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Maximal Tame. Yeah, there are a lot of good people in our community pack, thankfully. And yes, thank you, Maximal 10, for the pre-order. Again, it shows the power that people in this community can have. I got a Netflix Decepticons already. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure that they are nice. I have no doubt that they're nice, John. I've been impressed with them, to be honest with you. And we're going to talk a little bit about them because last week we went through a bunch of rumors, but we're going to talk about a couple more rumors tonight as we go down. Is in a very odd situation where packages just started to be mailed out again, and some areas buying anything beyond essentials is still. Yeah, I mean, and I get centering on essentials. Like, I can't say it's the wrong thing to do. Luckily, I'm patient. Here, luckily, we hit today 2 weeks with no new cases, and we are down to 4 active cases. 3 of those are in hospital. So there's only one person who's not in hospital. So, it's going down. We're very lucky here to have things be as low as what they are because not everywhere is that lucky yet. That's why Lob Claw's so hard to get. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Brian, happy to see you here, buddy. see, got MWG got to head out. That's all right, man. You got to do what you got to do. I got tired of the combiner gimmick, so I don't care for Piranacon or the Selects line. I think the white God Neptune is cool, but I'll likely not buy it. That's fair. The only reason really I wanted it was because he was the only, technically I'm saying, only remaining member of the 9 generals, technically, right? Hey, Junie. Hi. Nathan, dude, I see the highs, man. I don't see him right away because I'm doing stuff. Let's see. You're down. I had to put Nathan in timeout, buddy. Now, come on. Play nice. Love their wordplay. King Poseidon and God. Yeah, I like the wordplay between King Poseidon and God Neptune as well. Let's see. Hey, Joker. Been a little while, buddy. I'll see when this whole global situation is cleared up. Finally got some disposable cash and want to get the Dreamwave. What? The Dreamwave Volcanica set. Yeah, great set, Maximal 10. Absolutely a great set. You were about to ask how I knew your name because it's right there, Junie. That's how I knew it, man. Let's see. Yeah, I still need Hotlink 2, Brian. Absolutely, buddy. Learn patience when I started ordering figures from China because I couldn't find them in the US. Yeah, fair enough, man. Jay can't find the Netflix guys either, so such is life. As we go down here. Hotlink is the last seeker I need. Me too, Brian. Me too, buddy. Beginning a replacement for Sky. Yeah. If you didn't check out TFAN page 101, 101's update, I guess, to Scavenger, go check it out. He points out a bad stress mark on Studio Series Scavenger. Bad stress mark. You're going to want to watch out for it yourself as well. Almost worth crying over for the price that he is. Let's see. Jason NYC, don't have Walmart, but he goes to Jersey. Analog Ninja, I love that you're doing RID. I am doing RID. I'm very excited because coming up very soon, we're going to be looking at Megatron and Galvatron and kind of comparing them. I'm very, very thankful. And they're all Maximal 10s. I'm going to say it now. All this is thanks to him. I love to be able to look at different lines because it's not just about what I like. It's trying to touch on all parts of the fandom, whether I like it or not, which is why I counted votes for Kicker against my better judgment. But we've been having some fun this week looking at the RID line. Let's see. Joker looking for Hotlink 2. No luck. I found the entire Netflix set. Oh, wow, Dragonfly. Last I knew, I think you only had one. So congratulations, man. As we go down here. Hey, input. Absolutely, T-Fan page 101. Dude, brother, you're bigger than me. You're big time. I'm just humbled that you're here. Have you gone mental trying to get all of the modes for RID? I have not actually Maximal 10 because, get this, that's going to be my weekend project, figuring out all of his modes. Haven't done it yet, baby. Is it weird? The number one RID figure I want is Toeline. It is weird, but knowing you as I do, Brian, I'm not the least bit surprised that that's the one that you like the best. As we go down here. Okay, so what have I got left here? Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it last week or not. I have a pre-order in too for Rack and Ruin. Not sent out yet, but I do have a pre-order for Rack and Ruin that is also coming. Okay, let's do the unenveloping, shall we? This was sent by Grimlock Gone, and it's a whole bunch of things in here. And there was this sheet that kind of details what everything is. So I'm going to put this here for my own purposes. And then we had a whole bag of items. And these are various 3D printed items. And a couple of them were ones that I specifically wanted. First things first, these two here are extra ramps that are compatible with the kind of Earthrise method of connecting. Now, they're kind of thick, which is nice. They're very durable, great plastic and whatnot. They do have a 5mm peg port in them, and they can connect to extend your, I don't know, Omega Supreme, or extend your Ironworks or Airwave when he comes out. So there are a couple of those, as well as what I assume is a keychain. And it says use the force, and like it looks like he's sitting on a toilet, right? I mean, this is what last week we talked about white gravy and bacon cola and ranch cola, and this week we talk about using the force when you're trying to poop. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Then we also have these two parts. This one here is a little cube that has ports on all 6 sides. And so it's a female cube, and this is like a male cube, and it has 6 pegs. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for yet, but I'm sure it will be used for some sort of custom idea eventually. I got a couple of ideas for this, but we'll see as time goes on. Then we got let's see. Then we got this, and I wasn't sure what this was at first, but I'm gonna get our good friend here, Impactor, and we had this little orange piece, and I was like, "What, man, dude? What's this little orange piece?" And this little orange piece can fit in. I'm gonna try and it only goes in one way. There, it fits in right there. Right here in his like shoulder cannon thing. Why? Because it allows you now, because of that. Oh, by the way, we have a little blast effect here, right? Little soft blast effect too. But this allows you, is it that one? Maybe it's not that one. Maybe it's this one. How was it? I thought it was this one. I can't remember now, but it's a way to attach a blast effect to his, I can't do it there now, but I did it earlier. It's a way to attach a blast effect to his shoulder cannon. And I can't remember now which blast effect I had in there as like an example of this earlier. Was it this one? Yeah, it might have been that one, right? It might have been that one. Now, this is a hard one. It's printed a little bit differently, but it allows you to put a blast effect in his cannon, which I think is really cool. As well, we have, I guess I'll show this way. We do have that blast effect there that can go on like that, which is kind of cool. And we have 3 more of the longer laser blast effects. And I think they're cool, but that's not the main thing in here. All of these are designed by him. They're kind of like tests by him. The other thing he sent me was 2 of these. This is on Thingiverse. It's a little adapter, and it has a peg right here and a couple of holes in it, and it's meant for use with Earthrise Optimus Prime's trailer. And the idea is that when you attach Earthrise Optimus Prime, though he can turn, he can't turn all the way. So using the peg underneath, you put this over it, and it gives him just a little bit extra room, because now this peg is what will go down in the back of Optimus, and it allows him to turn with a greater range of motion. This can also come out and go on his back, and you can use the peg holes to like put his cannon in or whatever. But those of you who know me know that I actually use the Second Chance trailer. So I had two of those. One is going on the Earthrise trailer that is now owned by one of the Scraplets. If you've been watching if you watched the collection showcase videos, then you kind of know that he owns that now. I use this, and I did have a makeshift custom trailer hitch made a while ago. This was two parts of like the back of the hand pieces from Power of the Prime hands. They're basically glued and taped and bonded together, and then they're painted up black and silver. This is kind of obtrusive, and of course it doesn't really attach to anything. So I took the other, because one of those trailer hitches was blue, the other was black. I took the other, and I took out a screw that was right there, a very small screw, and I used a bigger one so that it wouldn't go through the hole. I drilled the hole deeper because it was pretty shallow, because it was a very small screw that was in there. I made the hole deeper using like a drill and just a very small bit, using a rotary tool and a very small bit. I put the screw up there, and now this right here is what goes into the back of my Earthrise Optimus Prime. Ooh, if I can just do it there. And like, it's solid. When this is on the ground, it's very, very, very solid now. And he rolls forward and back, no problem. It stays here. Here's the nice thing. If I wanted to still use this with evasion mode Optimus Prime, all I have to do is take the screw out, take that piece off, and the connection for Earthrise Optimus, or evasion mode Optimus Prime, is still right here, fully intact, 100%. So huge thanks to Grimlock Gone for all of those items. They're going to certainly come in handy, really, with stop motion stuff for season 3. Because they're going to help with things like laser fire, for example, you know? Plus, it just makes Optimus a little more definitive. So that's kind of all of that was sent here. I'm just going to go up because I know you guys have been chit-chatting here, and I want to see what you've been saying a little bit. Yay, Kicker. Oh, Input. Input was one of the ones who voted for Kicker, by the way, everybody. That's right. I'm letting the world know that you voted for Kicker. Shame. Jay says his scavenger is fine. That's good. I'm glad it is, Jay. You might want to check out what TFan page 101 encountered, just to make sure you don't encounter the same thing. As we go down here, all the Seekers are a beautiful set. I absolutely agree. I love the Siege Seekers, which is why I really want Hotlink.
Judgmental, but you're shaming people.
I am. I'm shaming Input. That's all right. Input's used to it. He loves it. I don't know if Input loves it or not. He's a good hand. He won't care. Hey, Dinosaur Planet, and thank you for the happy belated birthday, my friend. Got your own custom rack and ruin. Interesting. Was it made from a couple of Brunt molds? Just curious. Brian. Avoid GotBot, avoid food. Next thing you're telling, there's asparagus ice cream. Listen, man, listen. Asparagus ice cream is probably a thing. I'm not having it. I like cookie dough ice cream. But asparagus ice cream, probably a thing. I love the modulars. I love the modulars and the Generations line too, Brian. Absolutely. I used to buy these Hot Wheels City sets. Yes, I remember those. They were so good. So are they still available? Like some Hot Wheels asparagus ice cream. Ooh, gross. Yep, absolutely. You did. Yeah, that little effect goes for $16 US on eBay. Wow. That's crazy. But I'm going to say this. The material that little effect, and I think what he's talking about, if I can do it here. Yeah, perfect. I think the one he's talking about is this one, significantly better. It's more like a rubber than a plastic. This is significantly better than what we got on Earthrise or Siege. It feels better. It feels significantly better. Hey, Super Terran. Master Fire, happy to see you. Just got back from a stream from ACP. What did I miss? You missed everything. You missed everything, Master Fire, except for the news. We still got the news to do, buddy. I made that up. It may exist. I bet you it exists. I bet you asparagus ice cream is a real world disgusting thing. I wonder if anyone will make a 3D printed shockwave driller. That'd be very interesting to see, especially if it was articulated. I'd be interested to see that. I can't imagine how big that would have to be, though. No, someone did make Hearts of Steel shockwave armor. They did, and I saw that a little while. I talked about that here on the channel a while ago, actually. So I suppose the driller is not out of the realm of possibility if you consider that somebody made the Hearts of Steel armor. Good point. I think we need a 3D printed roller and the Siege sides. 3D printed back. I thought that there was a 3D printed roller available on TF Safari, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Pia did a 3D. Pia got the set, but I don't think he actually did it pack. I think that was a set that was given to him or he ordered, because I saw it before Pia had it. That homemade part looks very red-green. If you're, hey, Maximal 10, it is very red-green, but you know what? It still worked, and you know what you should do? Keep your stick on the ice, and you'll understand that if you're Canadian. Did anyone else hear about the rumored Earthrise? Analog Ninja, we're going to get to it. It's part of the news. Part of the news, baby. Part of the news, but we're going to get to it. Don't you worry, sir. Don't you worry. We're going to get to it soon. I'm just trying to catch up with what everybody else was saying here. But yes, I did hear about it, absolutely. And I do have some thoughts on it. Let's see. Inputs down for a sleep mode Earthrise OP. Let's see. By the way, Input, I was watching your Seacons reviews, the whole series actually this afternoon before we went on, and Gulf is so shy. He's so shy, man. But I loved the Turtler one, and seeing how the transformation can work in stop motion is great because I'm probably going to end up needing that. Let's see. Voted for Kicker. Come at me. Jay likes Kicker too. Look at that. Unicron Trilogy fam Kicker. Who's Kicker? I don't remember. I don't remember Energon. ACP says he doesn't want to interfere with your streams when he streams. He is a nice guy. Guys, if you look, if you haven't checked him out or you're not subscribed, though I think everybody is, to ACP, honestly, go subscribe, check him out. Absolute gent. Couldn't ask really for a nicer guy. Really couldn't. I'm embarrassed. Where was this voting for Kicker done? The voting was done everywhere across my social media. When I tell you guys to follow me across social media, I'm not whistling Dixie, baby, because it's where I ask the things for the countdown videos. It's where I get all the votes. Fun fact, somebody voted on one of the groups and said, hey, hopefully you'll get a lot of votes. At the time that he mentioned that, I already had 400 votes. The final tally for votes this time around for the countdown is 552 votes. So a lot of people get involved and cast votes across all of social media. It's really kind of becoming a thing because each countdown question seems to be getting more and more people that vote on it. So it's very interesting to count up the end result because it's a lot of times it's not what I would have picked. In fact, in the trios, my number one trio never got one vote, never got picked at all. And that was Big Powered. Never got one vote. That made me sad, but whatever, man. All I do is count them up and present the findings, right? I just built a Lego Beast Wars Megatron, and I ordered the Transformers Adventure Lockdown. The Adventure Lockdown is pretty cool. I'd like to see that Megatron. That'd be very interesting to see. It is on the Facebook page. Yeah, I do have it on my Facebook page, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, here on YouTube in the community tab. You'll see the questions there. The quiz, Nick. You're asked about the quiz. I'll give it to you, but we gave the answer a long time ago. But just for you, Nick, because you didn't see the answer, the question was, in making tracks, How many tires did Raul replace on tracks? Was it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, all 4? Nick, that's just for Nick because everybody else knows the answer. Let's see if Nick knows it. Avocado swirl is a thing. That's weird. Me and Jay are both Kicker fans. I'm not alone. Yes, you and one other person. Kicker has a few fans. I'm not going to tell you if it's enough to get on the countdown, but he has a few fans. I don't get why so many people are against Sleep Mode Optimus Prime. What kid wants it is what I hear, but it wouldn't be for, but it would be for collectors. Absolutely agree with you 100%. It's not for kids, it's for collectors. Avocado does taste better. That's true. I did Rack and Ruin from cardboard. Really? Dude, like, send me a picture of that or something. Like, I really want to see that. Kicker has a lot of guts. Kicker has a lot of complaining and being a little nuisance, and he deserves a good old-fashioned spanking. Like, go out and cut a switch or something. There's nothing about that kid. I like Wheelie more than I like Kicker. That's all I'm going to say on it. Was it today's trivia? Yeah, it was today's trivia. Yeah, that was today's trivia about making tracks. Whatever happened to good flavors like bacon maple bacon. Being from Canada, we call it maple first and then the bacon. I'll take a 6-inch highly articulated Kicker. Oh, heck. Don't encourage it. It might come out as part of that G.I. Joe line. They do have Hot Wheels city sets, but it's not as good. Nothing ever is. That's a cute little fox, by the way, Analog Ninja. Have you seen the Lazy Eyebrow Reviewers Thingiverse custom parts to paint? I know that he's done some. I haven't really seen them because I don't have a 3D printer. I don't even understand how the technology works. But I did see it on his channel, yes. I absolutely did, Dinosaur Planet. I just finished watching that series. Has to have a removable helmet input. Has to have a removable head. I don't know. How long until 3D printed asparagus ice cream? I don't know. That shouldn't be a thing, man. Wheelie is absolutely that bad. Kicker needs a kick in the butt. That's right. That's exactly what he needs. That's exactly what he needs. What collector would want a dead Optimus Prime, though? I think a lot of people actually would, Master Fire. Just one wheel. It was 2 wheels, Nick. Nice try, though, buddy. Everybody guessed A. Apparently, it was 2. 2. Thank you, T-Fan Page. I just remembered the Rack and Ruin reminds me of Dr. Terror Villain from Centurion's cartoon. I could see that, actually. We already got a Kicker in Energon. We did. Next Hasbro Kickstarter. Kicker. Yeah. I'm going to see. He said that is sent, and I want to see it. I know that we're on the show. But I wanted to see it. This is made out of cardboard? That's insane, man. That is so good. Holy moly, that's so good. Okay, so we got the news left. And a few people mentioned a few things about the news. I'm not loving Kicker. I like the cardboard. Version of Rack and Ruin. Could a top 10 be on combiners? A top 10 could be on combiners, Ben. It could be on combiners. Yes, top 10 combiners. Few people asking that now. Hey, Marvelous Prime, happy to see you. Been a little while, buddy. Sorry to join the party, buddy. You're fashionably late, dude. That's all you are around here. Fashionably late. As we go here. Only thing I want related to Kicker is his death scene. Oh, that's hardcore, man. Hardcore. Hey, Ty, thank you very much, buddy. And honestly, it's going to help go toward the pre-order for God Neptune. Honestly. Okay, so we're going to get into the news. By the way, tonight, the Super Chat Superfans have been Ty and Analog Ninja. A huge Huge thank you to them both, especially now, maybe more than ever. Superion was number one. Superion could be at number one. I guess it would depend how the votes would go. Have you bought Wish exclusive? I have not bought anything off Wish. I don't even have the app. My wife has bought stuff off Wish, so I really don't know what they're like. But I wouldn't be opposed to it, Blue. I really wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest with you. Thank you, Marvelous Prime. I appreciate it, buddy. If you do a top 10 underrated characters, would number one be the least voted? Interesting. Like a reverse top 10. It was last week, but I missed it. That's okay, Ty. You're here now, buddy, and that's all that counts. Every day is a new day. Does Wish even ship nowadays? Good question, Maximal 10. Good question. Yeah, I thought there was a lot of KOMPs on it. Okay, so the news. We're going to get through the news. Very first thing was something that came up last week, immediately after the live show. Masterfire said, hey, I bet you wish that the live show was on Friday now so you could talk about it. And I said, no, baby, we're just going to talk about it this week. And that is the apparent Netflix War for Cybertron Cheetor. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Some people are hoping it's going to be a new mold, as do I. However, I am more expecting that it's going to be a reuse and a repaint of the Cyberverse mold. Do I hope I'm wrong? Yes. Though I think that's good, I feel like for the Generations line, Cheetor needs something different. I really do feel like he needs something different. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything on it except for apparently that listing obviously would be a Walmart exclusive, something to keep our eyes peeled for. It comes right on the heels of all of the rumored ones from last week, like Deep Cover, for example. So I don't know, but it's very interesting news. I think it's going to be a reuse of the Cyberverse one with added paint, maybe, but it could be a whole new mold. Maybe it'll be like a reissue of like the classics one, right? Wouldn't people love that? Because everybody loves that classics Cheetor, right? Right? Nobody likes that thing. Nobody likes that thing. The Takara Alicon. Everybody said to me a few weeks ago, they said, oh, Takara is going back to doing their colors differently. And I said, no, man. This is like a test shot of their Alicon. It's going to be the exact same thing as Hasbro. And what did Takara come out and do? They said, we've changed the color, so it's more animation accurate. It's the exact same thing as Hasbro. The other one was an earlier, like, test shot type of thing. So it is what it is, apparently. I already talked about the Seacons, how I'm missing Lobclaw and all of that. We found out what the My Little Prime is. It's a My Little Pony that's colored like Optimus Prime. Doesn't transform, has zero articulation, nice metallic paint, and that's about it. Not for me. Might be for you, though. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if it's for you. I'm just going to check in with you guys here a little bit, because if not, I'm just going to keep going down through the news and miss a whole bunch. Let's just go up here a little bit. Where did I leave off? Going to try AliExpress. I've heard that AliExpress is pretty good, but I've heard that if you do have a problem, that like their customer service and their contact is not good. So I don't know. I haven't used them myself. Wish is where they sell fake 2 terabyte thumb drives and knockoff stuff. It is, and that's why we like them. Hey, Chicken Fried Steak, my favorite name. We can start the live thing now. Brother, we are well through the live thing. Well through. What'd you say?
I said we had wedding things come up.
Yeah, we did have wedding things come off Wish, and they worked out fine. Predaking is the number one. CJ, here's the thing. I like when I do the countdowns, everybody will say, hey, you forgot to include such and such, or so-and-so should have been number one. And I always say the same thing. Have your say, vote. See the question, vote. Because this has nothing to do with my preferences. With the trios, if I had my preferences, number one would have been Big Power. Didn't even make the list, didn't even make the honorable mentions because he got nothing. So, but that being said, I kind of agree with you, Jay. I would think Predaking would have to be well up there, if not number one. Completing the oversized Abominus, he's great as far as I'm concerned. Top 10 best masterpiece figures. Interesting question as well, Maximal or Masterfire. So that's 2 we've got tonight, combiners and MPs. As we go down here, Bruticus. All Bruticus all the way, baby. As we go down. As we go down here. Cybertron Clocker reissue recolor. Interesting. I think Cheetor will be a Cybertronian version, much like the BotCon exclusive might be a repaint of Sideswipe or Sunstreaker. Oh, you might very well be right. I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, I think Brian's right. I think that they're going to take one of the molds we have and redo it as Cheetor. Oh, very, very insightful. I did not even think of that. You might very well be right, man. Very well be right. Classics Cheetor was better than the Ultimate Cheetor from Beast Machines. Maybe, but you know what? My Cheetor is the original Beast Wars one, and I still love him. He is a nice lad. More Alicon, no complaints. I agree. How long have we been waiting for an Alicon? I'm not going to complain about the color. I'm really not. And I went way down there. Way down there, man. Takara said they're doing a pink version. I think that the pink version, because here's the thing. Brian just said that Takara said they're doing a pink version. I think that that's going to be some sort of a like box set selects type of thing, maybe with like a couple of them packed with a Quintesson or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see, but I don't know. I'm not going to complain either way. Predaking is a beast, literally. After him is Minosaur. Jay, if I ask the question, I expect you to vote. As we go down here. I want My Little Prime for my daughter. You know what? If there was ever a market for My Little Prime, that would be it for somebody's daughter. Absolutely. That's okay, Marvelous Prime. You do you, buddy. The line is nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I got nothing against it. It doesn't really do anything. But like, if you're a brony or you're a kid that likes My Little Pony or whatever, then there's nothing wrong with My Little Prime. I got nothing against it. It's just, it's a weird crossover, but I got nothing against it. It's not for me, but I totally think it could be for somebody. Let's see. Got to go. Going to Walmart. Good luck, Soul Mist, on your trip to Walmart, buddy. Let's see. Tell me how millions of years of war can mix with friendship is magic. No idea, Ben. I do not know. Somehow IDW did it. Where do we vote? Masterfire, I've said it a few times tonight across all my social media. I always ask the question on Mondays and give 48 hours to vote until the end of Wednesdays. So on the GotBot Facebook page, on Instagram, on Twitter, on the community tab here on YouTube, all those places you can vote, all those places. Several of the groups on Facebook, a lot of places. Nick, thanks for coming in. Hey, Jillian, are you going to get more studio series? Am I going to get more studio series? Hopefully. Right now, I would love to get my hands on Studio Series 59 Shatter, but I have not been able to get my hands on her yet. So, is my answer to that. There's a few I want. Hopefully, yes. As we go down, do you think the blur would be made in Earthrise? No. I think if you're going to get another blur, it's going to be in the third part of the trilogy. Since you love Kicker so much, how about 10 most annoying characters? I think I've done that, but it was my own choice. I could probably redo that one. Devastator all the way. Let's see. You don't roll with MLP, you gallop. Good point. Till all our friendship. Oh, that's so bad. And Jamberlin is looking forward to My Little Prime. So there you go. See, there's a market for everything, right? I don't get it, but I don't have to get it, man. Oh, wait. Put her next to my... Would you really get the My Little Prime?
Yeah, just put her next to Pink Bunny Prime.
Well, then you know what? Maybe that'll be something that we'll work toward. I'll give her a review. Why not? Let's see. Hey, Ninja Bill, happy to see you, buddy. Time for some dinner. Take care, John, and enjoy your dinner. Okay. So, just to finish off some of the news here, especially since some people are going to eat, Takara showed pictures of their version of Airwave and the two shuttle Micromaster combiner dudes, Fusor and Blastmaster. Love the little combiner dudes. Love Airwave. Weird head, but you know what? We got the Power Dashers with weird heads, so I'm cool with that. I don't have any problem with it at all. Neza in China showed off their building brick Optimus Prime. Actually, it looks really good. It's based on Cyberverse. Also out of China, they have a Transformers like cell phone with a lot of like wallpapers and stuff apparently on it. Cool, I guess. I think it runs Android or like their version of Android. So that's really cool. I think it goes up sometime in June in China. We found out as well that we're getting a Studio Series Devastator box set that apparently is very expensive, like 400 euros or something. I assume it's going to have some sort of a premium paint thing. I don't think it's going to be a G1 deco. I think it's going to be like a metallic paint, hyper accurate deco for the movie. I'm sure it's going to be spectacular. If you didn't get all of the Studio Series Devastator and you want it, that will be an option. It's going to be a hefty investment, but it may be just a thing for people looking for a one-stop shop. I guess we'll see for sure. I think it's interesting, but we need to know kind of more details on it, I think, before people necessarily jump on board. Chance of Computron winning the top 10 best combiners. I wish that he would win it. Computron's my favorite, man. I love the little spaceship Micromaster already. They showed. I agree with you. Absolutely, Brian. I think he looks fantastic. And I love the G1 version of that, actually. It might have 10 Constructicons in it, Jay. It might. There were so many Constructicons it could. Absolutely could. What else do we have here? TF Nation. I mentioned last week how it's canceled. However, on August the 15th, they're doing the big broadcast of 2020. There's going to be guests and there's going to be a schedule. Apparently, it's going to be available to the world because it says everybody everywhere. So perhaps in a roundabout way, maybe we all get to attend TF Nation this year. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I like the idea of doing something virtual than just kind of canceling and forgetting about it altogether. We also have a 10-inch, we saw images, 10-inch versions of, I can't remember what the actual line is called, of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Wild Wheel, and Meteor Fire from Cyberverse. The Bee and the Optimus are fine, whatever. I would be more interested in Wild Wheel and Meteor Fire. Meteor Fire, is his alt mode a plane? Like, I don't even know what Meteor Fire's alt mode is. Is it a spaceship? I don't know what it is. Wild Wheel, I love the concept of. I even like the brown and I like the vehicle mode, but the lower legs look so incredibly hollow and very thin, like paper thin. I'm not convinced that it's going to last. I would like to see something more before kind of making a choice. We saw images of it. I'm concerned. I'm not against it. I'm concerned, especially since we know that they can do really good offerings because we've had even a couple of Ultras now that were really good, being Rack and Ruin and Clobber, and we know those Deluxes are fantastic. Master Fires pointed out that the Deluxes are fantastic. So I don't know. Fans Hobby, for anyone who's an Armada fan, Naval Commander looks beautiful. It is their version of Armada Prime. Fans Hobby does a great job. They showed kind of shadowed out prototype version of Megatron. He looks, again, spectacular, needs color. I guess we'll see what happens there, but it makes sense that they would do, if they're doing Optimus, that they would do Megatron. I love that Fans Hobby does the sort of things that's not done by everyone. A lot of things from like RID and now from Unicron Trilogy that other companies aren't doing. I think it's very smart business by Fans Hobby because they're catering to a part of the fandom that doesn't get catered to a lot. And they're kind of carving out their own niche. I think it's very, very wise move. And they seem to be doing well. Apparently there are 3 officially licensed BMX bikes being produced. a blue one that's supposed to be Optimus Prime, an orange one for Bumblebee, and a black one for Shockwave. I don't know why it's not purple, but whatever. Whatever. I'm just going to check in with you guys before we get into the last couple of pieces of news. As we go up here, just how far up do we have to go before I sort of, let's see. Do I have Studio Series of Bumblebee Optimus Prime? I do not. I saw it a couple of times ages ago. And at the time I said, no, I'm not going to get it. I haven't seen it since. So I don't have it. No, though I've heard it's quite good. I would like to review it. It wouldn't fit my personal collection, but I would like to review it now. That being said, Jillian, I have thought about, I haven't done it yet because I have other buying priorities, but I have thought about perhaps getting that mold as my Nemesis Prime. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not out of the realm of possibility, though. So stay tuned is the best thing I can say to you. I think the Devastator box set, if it happens, because we've had rumors like this before, it'll be dirty looking. I think it would be battle damaged as well, or like you said, dirty looking. I kind of think the same thing, actually, Brian. Maybe like the Siege line, but all dusty. Maybe. I would like to think, though, that they would do better than the Siege line. You want to know how to do good battle damage and whatnot, or heavy scratch? Look at what was it Toy World done with the World War II versions? They look beautiful. Beautiful. I'm interested in the TF Nation thing too. Yeah, me too, man. I really want a wave of just obscure characters one of these days. Me too. Hoping it's virtual TF Nation. Looked like it had the TF Prime theme, so it caught my attention. I caught my attention for the same reason, actually, Brian. I'm going to have Demolisher and what? It's going to have Demolisher and Payload. It might, Jay. I think that'd be good. Wild Wheels hat. That is all. Looks beautiful. That is all. Let's see. What? Hey, anyone close to Port of LA? I don't know what that means, but no. Dib Brown was my intro to Transformers. If that is a theme for TF Nation, it'll be, you know what? I think it's very telling. If Transformers Prime is the theme for TF Nation, I think that's very telling because maybe we're reaching a point when Transformers Prime is going to start to be slowly revisited in a few ways. And that was a brilliant fiction, brilliant characters. The day will come when that's what you're going to see as retro again, you know? And good on them when it happens. They're going to add extras to make collectors buy it. They are. I think it's a matter of what extras they're going to add, Jay. And when you say they're going to add extras, I assume you mean the Devastator box set. I think the extras could be paint apps. Maybe it'll be characters. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if it was paint apps and characters. That would be cool. Why do people complain about 100% color accuracy? It doesn't make sense. I like 100% color accuracy. There are rumored listings of upcoming Studio Series Demolisher, White Scavenger, and Payload, Yellow Long Haul. But I'm not sure Demolisher makes more sense. I never heard those rumors, but interesting. I would get both of them if they were released. I have Fans Hobby Monster Bots, which were fantastic. Again, the Monster Bots, like Joker just mentioned there. Who else done the Monster Bots? Nobody. And Fans Hobby knocked it out of the ballpark for anybody looking for that size. Wish might have the Bumblebee Prime in Nemesis colors. It might, actually, Brian. These do not look... What? Okay, I don't know what that is. They have all work well with Giga Power. They do work well. Those Monster Bots from Fans Hobby do work well with the Giga Power Dinobots. Good point. I want third-party Armada, Energon, and Cybertron characters in Legend size. I feel like Iron Factory may eventually move that way. We'll see. Hey, Bane, thanks for coming by for as long as you did, buddy. Okay, so getting down to the last couple of things here. We had another listing for Tiny Turbo Changers. Apparently, they are in the system here in Canada at Toys R Us if you're into Tiny Turbo Changers. Take that for what it for what it is. DNA Design showed basically their version of the Matrix Buster that is intended to go with the anime accurate version of Big Convoy. It looks beautiful. It looks fantastic. It's DNA Design. I expect good things because they usually do good things. Hey, Boss Gunny. So check it out. If you have, like, for me, I think that's the route I would like to go. If I can ever get my hands on a big convoy, I want that anime colored version. And I guess I would get the Matrix Buster from DNA Design. I think that's it's an expensive combination, but I think it's a glorious combination. Shockwave Labs showed off 2 sets, SL75 for Ironworks, and it gives him basically the 3, I don't know what it is, windmill, satellite, whatever it is. It gives him that add-on. I heard it's about $30, so it's kind of expensive for what it is, but it makes him more G1 accurate as well. We saw SL77, which is for Siege Megatron, any of the Siege Megatrons, and it is his mace and flail. Now, it's in like a curved arc, and it looks to be static in that curved arc. It will look good for certain poses. It will look weird if you just have it down by his side. But might be worth the pickup. And that brings us to the last bit of news, which is what everybody was talking about earlier, the rumored Earthrise Sleep Mode Optimus Prime. It may be simply a good custom. I don't even know if it's a custom. It might just be that they edited the colors. It might be a digibash. But let's assume for a second it's real. Masterfar said earlier, who's going to buy a dead Optimus Prime? Some people will. Some people will, just to set up the display from the movie with Perceptor and Magnus and blah, 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 and have Optimus laying there with his chest open, probably some sort of a blackened out Matrix in there. Maybe he doesn't come with a Matrix because he's already handed it on to Magnus. I don't know. I look at it and think to myself, there is a good base to do a custom Earthrise Nemesis Prime, complete with trailer. That's my take on it. If I saw it, and if I was to get it, it would not be for the sleep mode version. It would be specifically to customize it into Nemesis Prime, because it's already kind of got good base colors, not a hard custom to do. That's my take on that. Let's see, as I go up here and see what you guys say. Brian said, love Prime RC. I'd like to have, you know what? I'd like to have a Prime RC or the bike version of Chromia, because I think if I had that mold now, and I don't have that mold now, but I think if I did have that mold now, I would use it to make a custom Solus Prime. I'd never thought about it before, but I think I would use it to make a custom Solus Prime. In fact, wants to do characters to be the same blue motorcycle, but kicking savage and pink car that loves adventure don't seem the same. We need a third-party Prime Insecticon. Probably we do. I bet you it would sell. Could you imagine an MP Prime knockout, tune accurate? Oh, he would have to have impeccable paint. Can you imagine if there was a paint blemish on that MP? Can you imagine? Knockout would be mortified. I want to start making some custom human TF characters from Marvel Legends. Anyone here done any yet? And if so, what? I have not. I don't have any Marvel Legends, but that's a great idea. Great idea. Going down here. I will definitely buy that Prime. People, nobody wants a dead toy. Yet NPM Jazz's gimmick is being dead. Good point. Good point where it can be torn in two. That's a good point. If it's Photoshopped, they did a wonderful job. I agree. Whatever it is, it's a beautiful job that was done with it. Impeccable, actually. Relive the traumatic score over and over and cry yourself to sleep. Yep, basically. I would want a Nemesis Prime instead. I agree. I would want a Nemesis Prime instead as well. And not just something from Japan. Like, just put it on Nemesis Prime. Simple as that. I think the Sleep Prime will be an online convention exclusive. Yup, I agree. It's not going to be that easy to get if it's actually a thing. You go down here. Hey, Inu Tabi, happy to see you. KO would look good. Yes, it could be selects. It could be selects. It could be in the selects line. And you know what, ladies and gents? That's it. We're through all the news. We're through the unenveloping. We've been here a nice while. As always, Starscream Wife has been extremely patient. I'm glad for everybody that came in. Sharksy, let's see, might get the sleep mode Optimus. Not interested. Not too interested. I don't know. I don't think I'm too interested unless I want to specifically have another Nemesis Prime. Ninja Bill, that's fine, man. If you were eating and not chatting, that's cool. You do you, baby. Anybody think of the Netflix bots as Shattered Glass? They may very well be Shattered Glass, actually, Grimlock on. I'm thinking a lot about that. Mirage, for example. Toys versus Games Studio Series. We'll need to get the regular Optimus Prime. Okay, ladies, gents, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you giving me some of your extremely valuable time. You know that by now. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Stick around the channel, man. Have some fun with us. The countdown of the humans coming up tomorrow. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can always use the donate link down in the description, or, of course, visit our Patreon. Don't forget, somehow, some way, each and every single day, you do make a difference. And baby, I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, inside the videos.